Want to be smarter? Want to be fitter? Want to be wealthier? Want to be better? This is Infinite Transcendence, where life mastery meets humor and sarcasm with a blunt approach. This is the place where we talk about mastering your life without the usual feel-good aspect. This is the podcast designed for people who want useful tips and information while being entertained. So sit back and enjoy the program.
Hello again and welcome to Infinite Transcendence. This is going to be an interesting topic. It's about how to save 5 great ways to save money on electronics. And it's funny, I haven't done anything about electronics because I'm actually big on technology, big on tech and gadgets. I love them and I know it's really popular, especially for guys. I just haven't talked about them. I talk about fitness and emotion. It's hard to even put them in a category, fitness, emotional, social, everything like that. But I don't really talk about technology, and I figured a way to implement it into our discussions or my discussions I make with you guys or my topics. Because I like electronics, I like gadgets. I'm familiar with cell phones, handhelds. I fix them, I've taken them apart, put them together. Video game systems, everything you can imagine. I use a lot of headsets and Bluetooths. I've seen a lot of microchips. I've seen, motherboards, chips. I've done it all. So I'm big on electronics, believe it or not. May not seem like I am, but I am. But I want to talk about it today in a sense of saving money on getting electronics. Because there's a way you get a lot of things you want for really, really cheap that people aren't aware of. And they spend so much money on new stuff or trying to, impress others, or they think they're getting a good deal when they're not. So one thing people do, especially nowadays, I don't think people do as much, but some people might. You go to these big box stores, you see these items that are really pricey. Nowadays, use your big box stores as a showcasing room. You walk in, you look at what you want, you check it out, you see how it feels. If you can put your hands on it, you look at it, you get a good look at it before you order it. That way it can help you understand if you want it or not. And maybe some people do, decide you want to or not. Some people buy it, try it out. If they don't like it, they return it. Because it's easier to return things to a store than it is online. You don't want to be returning a lot of things online because eventually they start axing your account. So if you're going to buy electronics and you're not sure, buy in a store, try it out. And then you can always, if you like it, return it. And then you can also, if you see a significant difference online, get it online. Or just go, or even before that, just go to the store and just look at it and get a feel for it and see if you like it. And then still read reviews and things like that. But as usual, Amazon, eBay, and Craigslist are the one way. That's a lot of great ways, or in the stores that you use to save online. It depends what you're buying. Like Craigslist is for large items. You want to buy a big screen TV or a flat screen TV or whatever. Certain large items, maybe even consoles and things, depending on what you're buying. If it's local, get on Craigslist if you can. Find a person to show it to you that it works. What you'll often find people going on moving sales, or they're moving, or something happens, they get a divorce, or they get foreclosed upon. And you'll see them have a lot of things they're trying to get rid of really quickly. That's a great time to snatch that. Amazon and eBay are great too. Sometimes you find things cheaper on Amazon, sometimes you find them cheaper on eBay. It just depends on what you're looking for and what's on sale and who's selling what. Because I've seen great deals on both. So go to those places if you want those items and get them cheap. And sometimes you go to other sites as well, but I find those are the 3 biggest. One thing you do with electronics, always try to get items that are a few years old in a lot of cases, instead of buying the latest item, because most of the time it's not necessary. Because why do you buy the latest item? Especially when it comes to things like cell phones. All of them, they're pretty much the same thing, except a little bit better. You may get a little higher resolution, a little bit better sound chip, but you can still get online, take photos, look at pictures, listen to music, surf the web, do all the same thing you're doing in a previous model. So it doesn't hurt to get a couple year old model that's been tried and tested. It doesn't have all these bugs and glitches for one, which I hate. That's why I never buy the latest stuff, because it always has a lot of bugs and glitches I got to deal with. Cut that out and just buy it gently used, in good shape. Don't buy a crappy one. Buy it in good shape that's a few years old. Get yourself a good device. And another thing is, get it because it's much cheaper. And eventually you're going to have to upgrade because there's a significant difference. Like I had a phone that was a 2007 phone. It was a top tier phone then, but eventually just got so outdated I had to get something new. Now I have a Galaxy 4. I had an HTC One, but I ended up getting a Galaxy 4 because I wanted T-Mobile, only because it has the chip for the Wi-Fi calling. Depending on which area I'm in, I can have that, and I can still use an AT&T plan and just use a T-Mobile phone in case I need that functionality. But get one. I got an S4. It's out. It's old. People think, well, it's old, but I can do all the same things I need to do on it. All the same things work on it. Nothing I get that I would need from another phone. And by the way, what I do is I always get 2 phones. There's another thing. Get 2 older models, and what I do is I buy one, and then I keep one as a backup replacement. So one happens to break, which is very rare. Let's say one breaks, it falls in water or something. I always have a backup model waiting on me because I need it for business. I need to have a phone. I don't have to get a phone. You've been spending $600 on the latest phone. You have to buy insurance and all these things and a stupid plan. And then it breaks, they'll send you another one. But why would I want to wait on that or have to go to the store and get one when I have a phone right next to me and I can just get what I want and just use one immediately and then just buy a backup replacement. I found that policy works a lot better for me. I get 2 of them, I buy them with cash, and then I just get another. I just replace it with another phone if necessary. I get what I want with cash, I'm done with it. The phone looks great, worked great. People don't know the difference. Somebody knows unless I tell them. They think I have a newer phone, but I don't worry about it. I get what I want, and that's what matters to me. Do the same thing with handhelds, depending on what you're buying. Like PSPs, I bought PSPs used, because I know how to take, especially when I know how to take something apart. My rule with electronics is this: certain things I won't buy used, like say laptops, because what I find with laptops, unless I'm buying it from a close friend, is the price between new and used isn't enough to make me want to buy it used. Like if I buy a gaming laptop for $1,500 or two, let's say I buy one for $1,500, and then I find a 3 years old model, that same one from 3 years ago for $1,100. It's not worth it because it's so outdated. I can just buy one for $400 more that's new. But for certain things, like if I could buy a PSP, well, they're really outdated now. But let's say back when it cost $160, and I can buy one used for $80. I know how to fix anything that needs to be fixed on it, and it's in good shape. I just buy it because I know it's fine. I don't get buy a new one. I'm not worried about the warranty, and it does what I need to do. Same thing with handheld devices and other things. I generally buy used, except in certain circumstances. But with computers, build them yourself. Learn how to build them. It's not that difficult. It seems difficult. Go online, watch a video. If you don't want to do that, make a friend with somebody who's good at building them, or leave it at the shop and let them build it for $50. It's worth it because especially getting a high-performance gaming computer, because you get so much more bang for your buck when you choose the parts yourself, and you get them on sale versus buying one of these pre-made computers. So build it yourself, or get a friend to help you build it, or look online on the video, or get somebody else to do it for you, or leave it at the store, let them do it. It's a good experience to learn how to do it. Learn it, put the time into it. It's not going to kill you. Since you have laptops, you can always have a laptop and build your desktop. But for laptops, I say go through a dealer. I find Sager, myself, for gaming laptops in particular, to be the consistently cheapest. They're all really good. Sager, MSI, Asus are all good. I find Sager to be consistently the cheapest. You get a good deal, good robust computer, and everything like that. There's some differences here and there, like MSI might have better sound, and Sager has better cooling vent system, from what I understand. But it's consistently the cheapest. But you can always look online. You can go to places, through a dealer, because you buy from the person direct. In most cases, it's more expensive, and you get worse service. Not always, but a lot of times, because the dealers are good. And usually dealers are kind of bad or resellers because they add a price, but in this case, they're good at negotiating by buying in bulk and getting you a discount price, and they're good at customer service because the people you deal with are good at handling people. Whereas some of these places, like some people, like Sager, for instance, there's a lot of engineers. You might end up talking to somebody. The facilities in America, but a lot of them are like Japanese or Chinese, and they have a different way of talking and dealing with things, which some people might have a harder time dealing with. I haven't had a hard time dealing with them, but some people might. So you might want to go through a reseller or a dealer to get that. And finally, if you're going to buy games for consoles, buy them online used, especially if you're buying a single-player game. There's no need to buy a brand new game at 60, play it for a little while and get rid of it. Get those things used and get them cheaper. I got rid of all my consoles back when I bought the PlayStation 3 some years back when I got back into gaming briefly. I bought a lot of games. I bought games for $20, $10, $15. I was buying a lot of games for cheap versus buying them for 60. So even you go to a store like GameStop, you buy one, you buy them used, it's still like $30. A lot of things you can buy them for half that price online used. For PC, we go through digital. Try Cheap Shark. You can compare price between Steam and other sellers and find things on sale for way cheaper, because Steam used to be the cheapest, but it's not always the cheapest, especially say they changed their return policy. Since it's getting so easy to return stuff, now they have to mark up the price and make up the difference. So don't always go straight through Steam. Always look around and get it. Now, you can try the CD keys. Sometimes they're illegitimate. Sometimes they're not good. You do that at your own risk. Some people do it and it works. Some people do it and it doesn't work. But you do that at your own risk and see what works for you. But definitely go through Steam and go through a place like Cheap Shark. You can compare the prices of online content through different vendors. That's what I would recommend. So for one, shop on Amazon, eBay, or Craigslist online instead of going in a store. 2, go for items that are gently used. 3, get 2. In a lot of cases, if you're going to get a phone, get 2. I do a lot of electronics is I get 2 of the used item and get 2 of them. Because by the way, I have a laptop of Fujitsu. I mentioned it before. For art laptops that I buy, I had a Wacom here. I had a Wacom, I had a Bosto. You know, those big drawing tablets are like super expensive for drawing on. You can get a small one from Fujitsu. It has a Wacom tablet. It's like a $3,000 laptop. You can buy one from an older model that works fantastic for $200 or less. A lot of times you may pay $100, $150, even $130, depending on what you want. All you gotta do is buy a backup model and get 2 and get them at a cheap price, and now you can do all the drawing you need and be safe and secure with it. So get 2 of a lot of things and just have one as a backup and get it used. And also, computers, build them yourself or go through a reseller, or build them yourself, get a friend to build it, or go through leave it at the place. If it's a desktop laptop, go through a reseller. And if you're going to get games, get them online, or of course online, you go through Steam, but I recommend you go through a vendor that lets you comparison shop. So those are 5 great ways to save on electronic and electronic-based things. Definitely always a lot of ways to do a lot of things, but those are just 5. Let me know what you think. Do you do these things already? No? Did I miss anything? As always, let me know, like, and subscribe, and transcend infinitely.
Want more? Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment the video and subscribe to the podcast. Want even more? Check out the written article version and subscribe to the Infinite Transcendence website at infinitetranscendence.com for new and interesting quality content. Join now and receive a special gift. Also like our Facebook at Infinite Transcendence and follow us on Twitter at transcend_world. Keep watching and listening. See you next time and transcend infinitely.